Hi everybody, Ninja Boy here, and today we're going to be looking at this new Neurosis album, An Undying Love for a Burning World. Alright, first of all, I'd like to address that thank you guys so much for 400 subscribers on this YouTube channel. Good lord, this has been probably the best year for this channel so far, and I will try to get a 400 subscriber special in as soon as I possibly can. But I have been very busy as of late due to schoolwork stuff and school sports stuff and also outside of school stuff and also work-related stuff as well. So don't expect me to upload too much. However, thankfully I am able to get this review in, which I have been itching to do this review for a while now. Because everybody has been, as you can see, this album is a must-hear album. Oop. So I wanted to take a look at Neurosis's brand new album, their first project since 2015, I think. I don't know. Neurosis is a American post-metal / sludge metal band pioneering both genres. And I feel like they're like the first ever post-metal group or whatever. Okay, now let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. This band, Neurosis, now has a brand new singer. I think it's Aaron Turner now. After Scott Kelly's departure, which, don't go into detail as to why Scott Kelly, departed from the band. It's kind of disturbing. But thankfully, new lead singer that's not a bad person, and new amazing album. Absolutely amazing album. Let's go to the track listing. As you can see, every single track has a 90 out of 100 or better. And I'm gonna have to go with First Red Rays as my favorite song off this album. And Saving and Scattered is probably my least favorite off this album. Sorry if I'm coughing a little. Now, this album is, of course, a post-metal / sludge metal album. And post-metal is very atmospheric, which sometimes it goes low at times and then hits the highs at times. Kind of similar to beatdown hardcore, but not as like super fast or when it comes to the switches. This album has probably some of the best listening experience I have ever had. With the instrumentation, the vocals plus the backing vocals, like you never really knew what you were gonna get with this album. The mood switches and the pacing switches were done to absolute perfection in this album. And I also really love the storytelling in this album. With the fact that it's constant mood switching, it's constant pace switching, does a really good job with its storytelling, and it really feels like that you are in a burning world, with all the chaos that goes on inside this album. The vocals are near perfection, I would say, whether it's the rough vocals, the rough monster-like vocals, or the softer vocals. Instrumentation, like I said, is absolutely amazing. Especially the drums in this album. I absolutely loved the drums in this album. Probably some of the best drumming I have ever heard. And also, like I said 100,000 times, this is probably my first experience with the band. Which, yes, this is my first experience with Neurosis. Also, I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name of the band. I am not good with pronunciation. No, I'm not good with names. So, just a little heads up. So, if you want to scream at the comments saying that I mispronounced the band name wrong, you can do that. No one's judging you. I'm not going to judge you for that. I like criticism. Okay. What else do I really love about this album? Um hmm. Now I do really like the fact that it does. Oh, come on. My earpods are near with me right now, and sometimes when I just open and close them a little bit or they're too near my phone, Bluetooth comes on and the phone asks me to connect. Okay, sorry to get sidetracked. I really love the fact that the longest track of the album is the last track, which means that it gets good build up for the last track. You know, pacing and build up is very important for an album. Build up, especially towards the last track of an album. We have seen albums before that do really good job building up to the last song, most notably Prince's Purple Rain. And I guess that's it. I think I might have a lot more to say about how good this album is off the top of my head. But now, I think I have two problems with this album. One is that most of the songs have one thing that is missing that makes the song perfect. Now, I'm not saying that none of the songs are bad here. In fact, none of the songs have any problems with them. It's just that they're missing one thing that could make the song absolutely perfect. And I'd say the second problem I have with this album is the fact that I feel like there is not enough tracks on this album. This album is 63 minutes in length, 1 hour and 3 minutes, and there is 8 tracks on this album. Okay, well, in a technicality basis, 7, because one track we are torn wide open is an intro track. So 7 tracks on this album, and I feel like songs like In the Waiting Hours could have been cut up into 2, maybe 3 songs. To add more tracks to the track listing. Because 8 minutes. No, not 8 minutes. 8 tracks. 7, if you don't count the instrumental track. May be a little bit too little if you want to go with a storytelling album. Storytelling albums seem to focus on both quality and quantity. And I feel like that if there was more tracks on this album, I feel like that the storytelling elements would have been much more powerful. So, what is my final rating? This is probably the first time with an album that I am ever going to give the X mark. No, not the X mark if you don't listen. That's for albums that are garbage or EPs that are garbage. This is our first checkmark of must listen for an album, and the second ever checkmark of must listen. This I'm gonna give a final rating of a light 9. A light 9 out of 10. Neurosis really has hit it out of the park with their new lead singer, the new direction that they've been going with, and possibly they could be considered a generational band. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any recommendations, whether it is non-metal or metal, maybe I might take a look at it. Maybe I might do a review on it. Make sure you like, subscribe, send this video to a friend, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.